Did you know that there is one specific thing that happens right before something that you're manifesting actually shows up? And so many people actually miss this sign. And then they end up giving up or getting frustrated, which then delays or prolongs this thing that they want actually showing up. It's like a vicious cycle. But in this video, I'm going to share the exact sign to look out for. And I'll also share what specifically happens right before your manifestation shows up so that you'll never ever miss it again. And in fact, when you actually use this specific little bonus exercise that I'm going to share too, when you see this sign that your manifestation is about to show up and follow this exercise, it will actually allow it to show up even faster. This is going to be one of those videos that you look back and remember as the thing that made a huge difference. So if you're ready for this breakthrough, go ahead and hit that little thumbs up button below. It takes just a quick second and it lets me know that you're watching and getting value from these videos. And also really quickly, before I get into the video, if you're new here, I'm Mary Kate and I'm a mindset coach and manifesting expert focused on getting you transformational results. My whole channel is all about manifesting, the law of attraction with meditations and more, where I share the tools you need to get the results you want. I post brand new videos every single Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe and also hit that bell notification so that you can get notified whenever I post a new video. Now, let's get into how this all works. Basically, when you're manifesting something, you are fundamentally calling in and creating an experience, an object, a situation, a circumstance, or an outcome, one that's currently different from the reality that you're in right now. You are essentially calling in a change in your current reality. Because if you already had this thing that you were manifesting, then you wouldn't be trying to manifest it, right? You might be sitting there saying, well, obviously. But this is really key to understand. Manifestation essentially starts off by the lack of having this thing you desire in your current reality. It's not there, so therefore you want it. But most people get caught in making the leap from the lack of it to the awareness of it. And this is why this sign gets missed most of the time. The sign that it's about to manifest and show up for you. You wouldn't be trying to manifest the shirt that you're currently wearing. And you wouldn't be trying to manifest the computer that you're watching this video on or the phone you're watching this video on. Because you're already aware of these things existing in your reality. They're right there in front of you right now. And you generally aren't even aware of the things that you do have because there's nothing indicating your attention to be placed on it. If someone were to take your phone right now or take your computer, then your awareness would be on it. But until then, your awareness isn't on the fact that you have this in your reality right now. So until something changes and emphasizes what you do have, you're generally unaware of it. So manifestation first requires the observation of it not being here yet in your current reality. And because you already understand the absence of this thing that you want, it's really not hard to focus on the feeling of it not being here yet. You want it. It's not here yet, so then you want it more, and it's still not being here yet makes you want it more and more and more and more and more and more. And the more that you want it, the more you're actually focused on the lack of it being here. And that ends up becoming this uphill battle, further delaying your manifestation from showing up. But what works faster is to actually start shifting into the energy of it, starting to seek evidence of it existing already. So let me help you clarify it. How do you experience and feel into something that isn't here yet? What does that require and how do you do that? Well, here is the best way I can explain it in simple terms. First, as I always say, find the feeling, find the why. Why do you want this thing in the first place? Because it's never about the thing itself, it's about the feeling it would provide for you. That's the truth. So make it simple for your mind to get on board and pick a one-word feeling. Would this thing that you're manifesting provide relief? Would it provide excitement? Would it provide freedom? What would it provide? Pick a one-word feeling to get your mind on board, so start there. And then start to feel into the energy of that being in your reality now. Start to seek evidence of it right now. Instead of seeing this thing that you desire as not here yet, place your attention and focus on the feeling. And the more you tap into that feeling, the more evidence of it that you're going to start to see of it. And one of the best ways to do this, one of my favorite ways to do this, and I talk about it all the time, is to actually prime a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. And like I said, I talk about this all the time because this is so unbelievably powerful. This part of your brain, the reticular activating system, is located right near your brainstem. And the whole purpose of it is to act as a filter and give you evidence of exactly what you're feeding to it. It's something you already have, so use it. I share more about the reticular activating system in some of my other videos, so for the sake of time, I'm not gonna get too much into how that works right now. But if you want to watch those other videos, I will leave some links in the description box below so you can watch those after this if that's something that interests you and you want to learn more about it. But especially if you don't watch even any of the other videos, be sure to watch the Manifest with Butterfly videos. This one is so beneficial, so important that I'm actually going to leave a link up here and a link down below because this is my favorite. This is gold when it comes to the reticular activating system, and you get to see evidence of it through a little experiment. So be sure to watch that after this, even if you don't watch any of the other ones. But one of my favorite ways to prime this part of your brain, like I said, is to feed it evidence of what you want. So start to prime this part of your brain by saying, I always see evidence of blank in my life, inserting that one word feeling in that blank. I always see evidence of blank in my life. And I like to do this right when you wake up and right before you go to sleep, because those are some really powerful times to prime your brain. But just start saying, I always see evidence of blank in my life. This will not only allow what you desire to manifest and show up faster, but it will also start to give you even more magic and results of that same one word feeling. That way, when this sign that I'm about to share with you shows up for you, you are ready for it to manifest, and it can happen so much more quickly without as much resistance. This reticular activating system exercise is a game changer. And like I said, if nothing else, start using that and you will start seeing some results. So now that we've got that covered, here is what happens right before your manifestation shows up. I see this time and time again, over and over. And like I said, this is usually when people get frustrated and give up. And this sign is some kind of a big change. And sometimes this big change might feel bad or negative or maybe opposite of what you actually want. Maybe it makes a turn in a different direction, the opposite direction. And so many people take that as a sign that it didn't work, manifestation doesn't work, or that what they want is impossible, or that they did it wrong. There's so many weird thoughts that come up when you don't see immediate evidence of what you want showing up. And especially when you feel like things are going the opposite way of what you're actually trying to manifest. But hear me out. The truth is, how do you expect anything in your reality to change unless you change or unless something else changes to make space for this thing that you want? Things start changing and being rearranged for there to be space for this thing in your life right now. I mean, let me give you a quick example. Imagine if you manifested that brand new mansion that you've been wanting. You wouldn't be able to maintain living in that big mansion if your financial situation didn't change or your job situation or some kind of other change didn't happen. Something has to shift if you want a different experience, if you want a different outcome. You can't stay in your comfort zone if you want a big new experience. You can't manifest that house or that car or that partner or that job or whatever it is that you're manifesting if you aren't willing to let go of your current circumstances. That's the truth. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Everything worthwhile that you have ever wanted or gotten in your life has required some sort of change. I mean, really look back at every major life change that you've ever had and notice what came from it. Look at all of those things that you've manifested in the past and look at all of the changes that came with it. Things have to change to make space and rearrange things for you to have the things that you want. So decide what you want to manifest. Start to seek evidence of the one word feeling it would provide through programming your reticular activating system. And then when a big change happens, celebrate it. Because that is everything being rearranged for you to have exactly what you want. See it as space being made for you to receive. And know that it's just around the corner when you start to notice it. Hold the faith, trust the outcome, be certain that what you want is yours. Don't give up, it's so close. So truly, the next time you are wondering how close you are to manifesting something, start to seek evidence of what's changing or how things are being rearranged. It's kind of fun to be an observer in the process because everything is always being rearranged in your favor based on whatever vibration you're putting out, whatever beliefs you're holding, whatever thoughts you're thinking. So really start to adopt that core belief that everything is always being worked out for you and rearranged in your favor. You can repeat it over and over again, connecting with feeling until you believe it. So if this made sense to you, leave me a comment below because I really love reading through all of them. I read through pretty much all of them. And if you're one of those people that doesn't like to comment or you don't have words that you want to write, then just leave me a sunshine emoji. Something fun for me to see so that I know that this helped. Truly, my whole goal of this channel and these videos is to cause transformation and results for you. So I love reading through comments and hearing the feedback. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also hit that bell notification so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. You can also find me over on Instagram and TikTok and now Threads at MK Magic Mindset. And if you want to learn more about me, my programs, how to work with me, and more, you can visit my website at mkmagicmindset.com, and I will see you in the next one.